to restart my computer because everything froze completely, and then I noticed that my mic was not working on the stream, which was unfortunate. It stopped working about 15 minutes in the stream, which was coincidentally when my cat started rubbing her ass over the mic. So I guess she touched the mic and it got disconnected, and I didn't notice. Okay, I don't even have enough time to check if everything works. Stop! Okay, now I have found outside peak to keep me posted about
by royal decree. Huh, don't be scared.
As one with wind and cloud.
Speed of light. With sword comes shadow. Don't blink. Hey.
I was reading all this time every dialogue option, and I was also wondering why Primordial One would wait 4,000 or more years to create the Archon system with the noses and stuff.
Wind strike. Fallen leaves.
What happened to make
Cut to the chase.
them instill that system so late?
Don't blink. Stay put. Wings and speed of light. Hey.
Well, that shut them up. What do we do now, though? If we wanna save the souls of the townspeople, we're gonna have to head to that Domus area or whatever that super rude, duper arrogant guy talked about, right? As you might recall, we weren't invited. Since when have we ever needed invitation to crash some bad guy's party? Alright, but from what he said, he seems to have known Ossie for a long time. Said they worked for the Sebastos or whatever. We need to have a good talk first, though. Cassiodor. If you have anything you would like to ask me this time, I shall tell you all I know. Tell us about Remuria. That's where you and that rude fellow are both from, right, Ossie? We have heard that name before. Seems to be an ancient nation. Very well, the story begins before the court of Fontaine, as you know it was born. The Sebastos Remus founded a nation above the high sea, that is Fontaine, and the ancestors of the present-day Fontainians named him the Dark Lord Remus in their terror. Okay, so Remuria existed before the Hydro Archon because Fontaine was already a nation created by the Hydro Archon Egeria, as far as I know. Before it sank, this body of water was part of the Great Fontaine Lake, and the location where the capital of Remuria was sited. As such, these waters have the same properties as those of Fontaine. Wait, so we're actually in the ruins of Remuria now? Indeed, but where the tales differ from commonly told history is the people of Remuria were not ordinary humans like the Fontainians. Rather, they were a new race. Their bodies were cast of stone with ichor or blood. The Sebastos gave us such bodies in the hope that we could escape our prisons of rotting flesh and faith. His great vision was that we should all grasp the power of the symphony and terribly escape the shackles of Fortuna, becoming the masters of our own destiny. Yeah, this is another thing I was talking about, how people were trying to escape the rules of heavenly principles that are referred to oftentimes as fortuna, the rules of the world, the fate, the people that are reliving lives that are written down in their constellation. I believe that getting a vision was referred to by Nazis crowds as being tied to fortuna. Like, regular people are also tied to fortuna, but people with visions are even more so, I guess. I was wondering why about the timeline, because it's kinda full of plot holes, and I still am not sure even now if Remuria existed before or after Egeo was created, but considering that the Archon War was 2000 years ago, then I guess Fontaine is at least 2000 ago. But the dragons were defeated way before that. And there's a hole in between Primordial One coming to the Teyvat and subduing the dragons, Second Throne coming and then Panomia sinking, and then there's a plot hole here until the Archon War, because Archon War was not really that long, and still there's a lot of time in between Archon War and the Second Throne, between the Gnosis and the Archon system were implemented. And Gnosis were created from the body of the first descender, so there two civilizations already had fallen by the time when the first descender had come, and then the first descender died, and their body was used to create Gnosis and the Gnosis got the Dragon Authority, and then the Dragon Authority was given to the Archons, who won the Archon War. The issue I have is what was happening to those Dragon Authorities beforehand. Were they held by the Primordial One, who, from what I remember, wasn't defeated by the Second Throne, and was just chilling until suddenly something went wrong and he decided that no, we need a new system? What's going on? So those stone statues we saw on the way here, those were your kin? Precisely so. I fear that they have long lost their free will. However, becoming mindless slaves worse off by far than the humans of old, easily perishable though they are. Wait, in that case, why are you a cat? I am a cat for now, and one's will and soul are more important than one's body, are they not? Regardless, it was the Sebastos who gave me new life. We once possessed all of the high sea, countless cities and palaces, flowers, flowing wine, and yet fate found us all the same. After returning from the deepest depths of the sea, the Sebastos used Ichor to create imperishable bodies for the people, and still the prophesied future did not change. Our God King believed that it was because human souls could not escape the gravity of fate, and so he wrote the symphony, a music that could weave destiny. He believed that through this he had found a way to resist fate, but instead that path led us into utter darkness step by step. And in the end the entire kingdom sunk beneath the waves, as though it had been smote by divine judgment. No. I fear that even he did not foresee such an outcome, though all the same that is what happened. If you have anything you would like to ask me, this time I shall tell you all I know. So tell us about your impudent friend. Right, and he called you Cassiodor or something, right? You aren't, but aren't you Aura something? Just as I have traversed many bodies, I have had many names. Of course, this is all thanks to the Sebastos who separated my soul from the Grand Symphony. A convenient ability indeed. But back to Boetius. He was not always evil. He was once a noble Harmos of Remuria, and the sole survivor following the great catastrophe that befell. The original purpose of the Golden Castellum was to unify our surviving king and prevent the catastrophe of the rising waters from ever occurring again. But evidently Boetius had his own design. While I and my companions ranged across the land, struggling mightily to contain the power of the primordial waters, he used his eloquent tongue to sway those who remained. He initiated a spell ritual that aimed to restore the shattered symphony and revive the ruined realm. To this end, he did not hesitate to dissolve the will of our king and plunder the souls of Pontanians everywhere. Many rulers and nobles became his pawns, and Polites newly born lay on the brink of destruction. To stop him, who had by now clearly become a monster, I could only forsake my name and become one who hunts phantoms, resisting him alongside the companion. Bitter was the conflict before we were at last able to seal both him and the sea that had devoured our nation. And that is why he names you traitor. I followed the Sebastus precisely because he had shown me that golden dream, a land where prejudice and difference were no more, a land of justice and freedom. But that was what it had become after Remuria sank, no more than a dream. I would rather be called a traitor than let Boetius trample on our ideals. I swore upon fate that I would serve as the barrier between past and present. Just did I become the spirit keeper of our ancient land. Mr. Impolite is pretty stubborn guy, huh? Even after being beaten up and sealed, he is still looking to break out and cause trouble. I had thought that even if evil lingered in him, his soul had long been broken, and he would remain naught but discordant notes, a symphony plunged into strife. I never thought that he would weave his shattered self into the symphony and thus gain mastery over it. The discord and dissonance that now emanates from these waters can be regarded as an extension of his power. If we are to defeat him, I fear we must await the moment when all his soul fragments have gathered around one body. Let's hear about the symphony and kobolds. Where should I even begin? The symphony is human memory and persona woven into a melody through musical notation, creating a song in which human souls can dwell and have their wishes fulfilled. In that way, to master the symphony is to master fate. This is the secret that the great golden bee Sibylla, the prophet who survived the previous cycle, imparted. The Sebastos who created the symphony poured these melodies into the insoluble ichor, in hopes that all might control their own fates through playing that music. He overestimated us, I fear, for his deeds terrified us. The people could not bear the burden of fate, and they begged their god and superiors for guidance. At the request of the people, the Sebastos wrote all melodies into the grandest of melodies. This new symphony would bring us all the greatest of happiness, and its name was Kobold. But it did not bring what was promised. Indeed, you saw how it all ended, didn't you? Had the Sebastos plan worked, the symphony would have woven a melody of utmost gentleness for us all, an eternity that would last 1,000 years and beyond, but something went wrong. Besides, the Sebastos himself only said superiors the Harmos could have changed Kobold's melody, and Boetius was once an excellent Harmos. Sample the dreamscape I saw. To tell of the strange dream you saw before. Ah yes, those were indeed the memories left by he whom I serve, the Sebastos, the god King Remus, though I do not understand how you were able to see them in me. But I do not think you need to worry. If this chaotic symphony was enough to control you, it would have done so long ago on the surface, but that has not happened, yes? Speaking of which, why isn't Este affected? Is he just especially gifted? I do have some idea, but it might be best to wait for the right time to speak of that. Oh, here we go again with the cliffhangers. Just don't forget to tell us, alright? In any case, since you can see the Sphinx Lumine, that means that some fragment of the Sebastos will and memory remains in this underwater symphony. Long millennia have searched, and if you could touch some more of these memories, perhaps I may find the answers I had sought all this time. The great waves could not hurt a god, even should their crests scrape the very skies, and yet Sebastos disappeared without a trace when our nation fell into the depths. He would not have sat idly, but by us his nation and people drowned in blood. So where did he go? Or was his passing Remuria's true death near? That's all for now, we can leave the rest for later. Very well, if there is anything else you wish to know, do not hesitate to ask. Guess we're heading to Domus Aurea next, so we can meet the rude guy, right? It's gonna be dangerous for sure, but I will continue to guide you. It is after all my homeland. Though it may have sunk to the very bottom of the sea, I remember its path still, even after all these millennia. Or so I believe. Just don't let us down when it counts. God is out the path. Should we encounter difficulties, you may count on me. Do not forget that I am far stronger than an ordinary path. You know, every time Paimon remembers that you're actually an ancient person from thousands of years ago, it just feels wrong that we're calling you Aussie, but your full name is way too long, so... Okay, let's just call you Monsieur Oz, then. What do you think? Is it polite enough? A name to me is nothing more than a label, but as this represents your acknowledgement, Paimon, I would gladly accept it. Let's move out. It wouldn't be too bad to keep your rude friend waiting, but the townspeople can't wait that long. Prisoner in shackles. Head to the Sea of Bygone Era. Well, no need to wax nostalgics then. We are in the new map. I can't find the thing. I guess I have just to continue. that the narval? Whoa, looks just like that glowing fish we saw before. There are still weird things tangled around the top nearby. What the heck is going on? Paimon is getting more and more confused. We have heard this voice in a dream before. I can't remember his name anymore though. Yes, you must have met him in the Sebastos dream, did you know? Scylla, a fell dragon who once served the Sebastos. He was subdued and sealed here by Boetius. Eh? Mr. Super Rude subdued an evil dragon? Paimon didn't think he could do something that amazing. Well, Fell Dragon was the name they gave, but it was no more than a bishop that was a teensy bit stronger than normal. After all, no new Hydro Dragon could be born so long as the Mistress of Many Waters hibernated in the deep seas. Is that Mistress of Many Waters Egeria or not? I never thought that bishops could get this large. Speaking of which, isn't Nubilet? That's right, Nubilet is the Hydro Dragon, isn't he? That doesn't mean that this guy is way older than even him, does it? A new Dragon of Water has already been born. Then again, it has been a long time since even the former Mistress of Many Waters passed. So much time has passed. Former Mistress of Many Waters? In any case, the evil dragon Scylla was once the Sebastos' friend, but he revolted at the critical juncture in the showdown between us Remurians and the Fontainians. At that time, Scylla led the brutal dragonborn to Makimos, intent on breaching the inner city Capitolium, where the Sebastos resided. I heard people talking about that town. Yeah, the people in town were always talking about some Makimos and a bell tower or something. Correct, Makimos is the outer city of the capital, but should the fell dragon wish to enter the inner city, he must pass through the Initium Iani. That is the barrier separating the inner and outer parts of the capital, and the symphony weaved by the Sebastos and the musicians which covered all of Remuria passed through the Initium Iani and its golden waterway. Boetius and his legions used this pact to shut the Initium Iani to finally slay the evil dragon. Something is not right about that story. The dreamscape from before back then. Scylla should have come and seen Remus before. Perhaps Scylla sought to go before the Sebastos throne, but such an opportunity is now forever lost. Afterward, the evil dragon sank alongside Remuria, and the Sebastos too was lost, remaining so to this very day. Did you recall something? It all feels a bit muddled. That is true, I only heard tell of events after it had all transpired myself, having not been in the capital when the disaster struck. Then none knew just what had happened to the Sebastos. I fear that we can only learn more by proceeding further. The large glowing fish that we saw in the castle must be the spots that escaped from fissures in Scylla's stone cell. I fear he has already taken notice of our presence. Even being sealed here for so long, now that he is finally sensed outsiders, he'll naturally find a way to lure us in. So that's it. Hang on a minute. You said that the way to Domus Aurea is through those gates or something, but hasn't Boetius shut them already? Doesn't this mean there is no getting through? This will prove quite tricky, yes. Bah, there's gotta be a limit to how rude you can be. What with this I will wait for you at Domus Aurea, mahahaha. Nonsense! When you won't even leave the door open, huh? You know, why don't we find some way to break the seal on the evil dragon and get the former foe he beat to break the door down for us? No, how could we do such a thing? I mean, after that is one of Remuria's nemesis. But the enemy of my enemy is my friend, no? That's right, it's been so long, for all you know, he might have decided to turn over a new leaf and be a nice dragon. But he's still a dragon. Yeah, come on, so what? Even if he's a dragon, he might be the reasonable kind we can talk with. We have got experience in dealing with dragons, don't we, Lumine? Well, there was that time with Dvolin. We had that little run-in with Ajdaha. We encountered Apep in the desert. Right, she even went on about wanting to destroy Sumeru, and then we had to defeat the anomalous life forms within her before we managed to get her healthy again. Those examples weren't very convincing, were they? Come on, Aussie, no amount of suspicious looks is going to suddenly give us better options. I know, you're right, let's give it a try. The seals that bind the evil dragon seem to be connected to 3 locations. Let us begin by removing the chains in those 3 places. Symphonia sign fine.
Clouds high. The bird?
Nowhere to hide. Incoming. You blink. Don't blink. Hey! With sword comes shadow. Don't be scared!
Wind strike! As one with wind and cloud!
Incoming! Cut to the chase! Speed of light!
He killed my agripper.
As you wish.
One step back, 2 forward. Don't blink! Hey!
Dominus Cassiodor, is that you? It is you, just as I thought. You're finally returned. I was ordered to guide this fortress, but the cruel bishops and attacks of the barbarians were simply too much for me. I was forced back step by step until I arrived here. It seems as though many years have passed since then. What tidings from beyond? Were we victorious? Is that so? Then we lost. I'm sorry. Do not say such things, Honor Dominus. I had already imagined this day might come when I joined the Sebastos Legion. Did the Sebastos not say that he wanted to lead us to break the shackles of Fortuna, but is doing so that simple? After all, what we struggle against is fate itself, and defying fate is a feat beyond even the greatest of the gods. In the end, all our efforts went in vain. Nay, say not so, Dominus. We took up arms against divine destiny, and our deeds challenged the laws of heaven. We resisted that prophecy, resisted it most valiantly. Sounds like something Sarita is doing right now. Though we failed in the end, someone must have betrayed us, led us astray. Still, the outcome no longer matters. Come what may, our deeds shall be carved into this world's history. Hey, why did he just fall over like that? Can stone people also just suddenly faint? I still do not know his name. It appears his history has now reached its conclusion. Wait, that's so sad. Has he just been fighting here all these thousands of years? But now he's finally at peace. Let us continue onward. The 3 chains that bind Scylla are wrapped around the 3 stone pillars. Use the power of the symphony and hold to unleash a play soundwave that will remove them. Due to the lengthy passage of time, the stone pillars will sometimes become overgrown with vines, making them unable to resonate with the symphony. Remove the vines first, and then remove the chain.
Not bad, as far as treasure is concerned.
O you gods, shut tight the brass gates of the heavenly city. The sword of Remus has cut the threads. Imperator, Imperator, are you alright? Are you dreaming again? Ugh, so noisy. What's going on? People have gathered in your great hall. I believe they have questions for you, Imperator. Recently, the melody of Phobos has been interrupted many times, and so they have many concerns regarding this. I have no choice but to do this. I trust your wise judgment. Naturally, I have heard something of the recent happenings. Is something wrong with Phobos? Phobos has planned roads for everyone, such that humanity as a whole can attain happiness. There should be no issues, not when we have the aid of Sevilla's nearly limitless powers of calculation. But I hear cries of sorrow within the building. Did someone secretly alter the music score of Phobos? No, none can do that except myself and the other farmers. Could it be that the prophet had hidden something from us? Impossible. Has she not already sacrificed her very life for the cause? The veracity of her prophecy has been validated by the Mistress of Waters. She would have harbored no such selfish design, or perhaps it is precisely because she had no desires of her own. Today, all people rely on Phobos to make judgments and decisions for them. If something were to go wrong with it, the citizens fear that all would descend into chaos. I need you to go to where those who cling to blind faith are. For this reason, I must grant you free will. Is that to say you wish to separate my melody from the Grand Symphony as a contingency against mishap? No, it is still too early. I fear my soul is still unable to withstand such great fate. I believe in. But from now on, you shall no longer be part of we. I understand. I have resolved myself. If this is your wish, Imperator, I shall see it done. Oranopolis, the city of the future. Call yourself by this new name. After has departed, you pass through golden corridors, and the sounds of people in debate grow closer. The area grows quiet, but only by a little when you reach the central podium of the main hall. O great Sebastos, please give us your instructions. Many have been unable to hear the Phobos melody as of late. The people are frightened, Imperator, frightened and confused. Our grand plan was proceeding as normal. The barbarians skulking in the shadows were being eliminated one by one, and the polluted waters were cleansed by Ichor. Yet, my Imperator, you plan to call a halt to our noble war without cause or reason? Why have you done this? I exercised my own judgment in the matter. Great Sebastos, I do not mean to challenge your authority, but I believe that you have shown them sufficient mercy already. We have brought glorious harmony to the land. The gates of Remuria are open to all who wish to join in our golden order. But what have they done? They have destroyed our towers, insulted our musicians. Their blighted souls are unworthy of any salvation. We cleanse their barbarous land with blood, and order and civilization shall sprout after the destruction. For such ignorant savages, this is the highest mercy that can be granted them. That is not what I want. But there should not be even a sliver of shadow under the sun. Is that not also your great ideal? If I may, Imperator, I believe that this is the wish of all citizens of Remuria. Sebastos, please give the order. Defiled are all who dwell in Capitolium. The blood will not wash. Oh, I can't even read. Yes, I saw it again. The sky is weird. can't find any of those little pinkies. Think about that. And it disappeared from the map and I didn't find it. Now it appeared again. Why is it so? Anyway, I don't have more time. I'm finishing here. Get my rewards. 15 days still. A long time. Sea of Bygone Eras. Okay. I am finishing